Thickosaurs Podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Thickosaurs Podcast. I am your host for today, Melissa, and of course, all four of them, three of them.
Somebody can knock out.
It's the coffee.
I don't think she is.
I'm drinking water.
She's not even drinking coffee.
She stopped drinking coffee.
But yay, we have today
Molly.
Michelle. And the fabulous Anna.
Ooh. That's the coffee. Coffee is something else.
I have anxiety. Hi, guys.
And then mine.
Inside
la,
my mind.
La, la, la. Pepe.
This is episode 71, and what's been on my mind is, have you guys ever felt like you guys weren't Hmong enough?
Since the day I was born.
All the time.
Last time I checked, 5 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just kind of like, dang, if us full-blooded Hmong people don't feel Hmong enough, imagine those who are half.
Wow,
Sorry.
your belly was loud. Are you
Me?
hungry?
Oh.
No, I think it's just digesting.
Oh.
Oh.
It,
Or
went,
like the
it went like that. Sounded pretty close, huh?
Like, I'm sitting next to her and I didn't hear that.
I need
Yeah, I
to be
was
a
like, what is
voice
she
actor.
talking
That's why I need to
about?
be. Call me up.
Anna must have been listening really hard.
It was loud.
It was pretty loud because I was like,
it.
ooh.
She,
I didn't hear it.
I heard it. She heard it. It was
I
loud.
didn't hear it.
It went.
Oh.
You know,
That
you sound
loud.
like
Huh.
you sound like the Grudge.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't want to scare people.
Oh my god, no.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, moving
Go
on.
back to not feeling Hmong enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, so I'm like, imagine if us people who are like full blood Hmong,
Yes.
we don't feel Hmong enough. Imagine those who aren't. You know, if they're half, quarter, whatever it is, you know.
Or like there's other races like Mika people, white people, black people, whoever that's dating a Hmong person who's more Hmong than we are. In a way.
It's kind of like you gotta ask yourself, like, what does it even mean to be Hmong?
Yeah.
I think like just learning the language is like a big part of
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times, you know, you are harsher on your own people.
100%.
You know, like for instance, Soon Lisa, who is the Olympic
Gold medalist.
gold medalist, yeah, who's Hmong, who's gonna go again to the Olympics
Yes, yes.
here soon.
Woo, woo.
Yeah, she
Represent.
got backlashed for you know just dating out of her race, and our Hmong people were just so hard on her.
That and also how she sounded when she was speaking Hmong too.
Yeah, you know, and just a lot of Hmong people make fun of that, and I'm just kind of like,
Let me see you become a gold medalist in the Olympics. You know, it's like I don't understand that, but maybe it's because we're just a younger generation, or whatever, or we, I don't know.
but like even people my age though, they like, even when I'm trying to speak Hmong, or like again, I understand it. It's just hard for me to speak it. I speak like my level is very child speaking, and so whenever just me speaking it, they'll just like make fun of me about it, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, do you not understand that like I was not raised with Hmong people?
Well, a lot of people don't know that about
Yeah.
us.
And I'm like, I don't. You act like I should know, which yeah, I should know. But all that we had was just our parents and our grandparents here. But constantly on every day, it was with Mika people or, you know, Caucasian people, black people. We were
People who
speaking
spoke
English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People who spoke English. That's why Dad always says that when me and Mike were younger, we spoke perfect Hmong.
Yeah.
Until we started going to school, then all we spoke was English. Therefore, our touch of our language was lost.
Yeah, and then our parents are very Americanized. You know, they went to high school here. And so they speak pretty good English too.
I mean, it doesn't help that they don't speak they didn't speak to us in Hmong at home either. At least I'm gonna say probably you and down.
Well, I mean, they still speak Hmong to us, but we just reply back in English.
Reply back in English or like
It's not very like forceful.
It
like,
wasn't
no,
enforced
Yeah.
to do it. I was going to say that for us, even though I was raised around other Hmong people, it was still up to the parents in the home to enforce it. So, fortunately, my dad was like, "You're Hmong. You need to know and understand your mother language or your, your native tongue." And so when he was like, "Outside of this house, you can speak as much English as you want, but once you get home, you can only speak Hmong." And I mean, he didn't really keep up with it, but I think that kind of helped with the whole principle of practicing it and how important it was. Because my family and I, like, we don't say, or my siblings, we're not very, I mean, to y'all, you guys think that I'm pretty good at it, but we still struggle with it too. But then it taught us to understand, like, why we had to speak Hmong and how important it was.
Yeah, it wasn't enforced in our household, and I always wondered why, like, it wasn't enforced as much as like how your dad enforced it, because knowing my dad and how involved he wanted us to be with the community, he didn't really enforce it.
I think not secretly, but I think Dad was just very American. Like, like out of all the other Hmong people, I think he was just very Americanized.
Okay, not to be like weird or anything, but I feel like because my boyfriend's a cancer, I can see a relation between him and my dad, because also the way he was raised.
Them twin souls.
Yeah, because like the way my boyfriend said it, because when he came over from Mexico, all he spoke was Spanish.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. You're saying what I'm thinking.
Yeah, all he spoke
Keep
was
it coming.
Spanish, and then in order for him to, I guess, be accepted, it
You
was
had to assimilate.
was to assimilate and to blend in and learn their ways. And so that's why when he speaks, he's very white when he speaks, and he acts like them, he behaves like them. So that's, in my mind, is what I feel like that's what Dad did, where he has that white personality and he tries to
he's
blend
very
in.
American.
Yeah.
America.
I think in the end, it's what they experienced. So he
Yeah.
knew Rod and your guys' dad had to do that to survive.
Yeah.
And then, like, my parents, especially my dad's upbringing, how he's Mionjo, orphan, and like in that's already a population that's outcasted. So he had to rely on his own, and I guess because he had to be parentified at a really young age, then he just knew, like, this is all we have, so this is what I have to use. So that's what I'm guessing. I never really asked him, but that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because Rob would tell me he didn't like the way he was getting like bullied and being made fun of because he couldn't speak correctly, or like he was different.
Yeah.
Because he grew up in Bixby.
Yeah.
Bixby's very white city, and so he kind of had to blend in with them. So that's what I'm getting. That's really similar to Dad. I don't know if he was bullied or anything.
They were bullied. My dad said that like any outcast group, when they come to America, which is so funny, the ones that were outcasted before the groups that were, so basically before the Hmong people, like the other Chinese people, anybody that's not Caucasian, white, then everybody would get bullied on top of that. Yeah. So they did get bullied. Like, my dad told me, because they went to like those cities where it's heavily populated with Hmong people right now, where like Fresno and stuff like that in Cali. He would tell me that, like, they had full-on gangs and stuff to survive because they're being bullied so much. So they were always ready to fight. And it makes sense because they were already kind of like having to survive and fight during the war already. So it kind of just carried over. And they knew that they had to do that to survive. Like, you had to like physically fight them, fight people.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, of course, I would have to compare those two together because
it makes sense.
They both have very similar stories. But yeah, that's what I got from him. That's what I assumed. That's how Dad was kind of raised.
I think so too. Like I said, you're saying what I'm thinking. You're saying what I'm thinking.
But yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I always felt like I was not Hmong enough, but I don't think it ever really bothered me that I wasn't Hmong enough. I don't remember being bullied for not being Hmong enough, to be honest. Like, I mean, of course, you'll have the typical OGs who would make fun of you whenever you try to speak it or whatever. But like, it never
Bothered you?
It never bothered me. It never hurt my feelings or anything like that because I knew I wasn't Hmong enough.
Yeah.
You know.
So did you just accept that and then like it didn't? That's why it didn't bother you. You were just kind of like, yeah, it's a fact.
Yeah, it is. It was a fact because I knew that my Hmong is not the best. But I also knew that I spoke more Hmong than my siblings. And the reason why is because I'm the oldest. Therefore, I was around the language a lot longer, obviously. But I knew enough to speak to the people I wanted to speak with. So it didn't bother me at all. You know, did I ever wish I spoke and understood more? Yeah, of course. You know, of course. But it's a choice. It's not that I'm choosing not to learn it. It's more of just where life has taken me. Because one, I didn't marry within the race. And I'm not involved in the community. Therefore, I'm not exposed to the language as much anymore. And I'm okay with that. You know, like the amount of Hmong I know now is what I've known ever since like teenage years, preteen and stuff like that. And I feel like it's fine.
it's like as long as we can communicate with Mom and Dad, then we could.
To each their own. But I was kind of curious about Molly because you're the generation that you guys don't really speak Hmong that much. So did it bother you too, or do you feel the same as Michelle?
I would say like Michelle, but I think the fact that the OGs would constantly rub it in is what made it a turn off to where there was no point of us wanting to learn. Because regardless, it would not meet their standards. So that kind of just went out of our minds and we didn't really care.
Yeah.
But like I said, as long as we were able to communicate with our parents and understand what they're talking about, that's all that mattered.
Yeah.
To me, at least. And then, I don't know about Matthew. That could be a different story for him. Because I do know he got made fun of a lot, I think, because he couldn't speak Hmong.
By just the OGs?
By the
general?
OGs.
Oh.
That's true. Matthew doesn't speak it at all.
And then now, he doesn't. I don't know if he did back then, if he knew, like,
Any Hmong?
any Hmong. Or, like, what mom would talk to them every so often. I don't know.
Well, now I kind of feel bad because you know how sometimes I kind of like quiz him, pop quiz him.
Like I said, I don't know his side of the story.
Yeah, I would.
I just know that he didn't like being made fun of by the OGs.
You know, being the second mom, I do not remember speaking to you and Matthew and Hmong.
No, I don't think so.
I pretty much remember speaking to you guys strictly in English.
I think for me, I kind of just learned the words and just memorized. Oh, that means something along the lines of something.
Kind of piecing it yourself.
Yeah, piecing it together. I don't know if Matthew does that, but he says, I think sometimes when Mom talks, I usually ask him, "Do you know what she's talking about?" And he's like, "I kind of got the gist of it." But I think not really kind of thing.
Well, like I said, I kind of feel bad now, but then you guys know how I talk to Matthew, so I don't think
I think Matthew understands you. Like
whenever I ask him
yeah,
stuff,
whenever you're... I think he knows that you're just trying to help. You're not doing it to make fun of him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because I was pop
Because
quizzing.
like other people, because you guys are saying OGs. For me, it's not OGs. It's people my own age. It's people who are.
Well, that makes me feel bad when I say you're a patai. But then I'm just joking with you.
Yeah, I know you're joking,
Okay.
but like it's actual literal people who are like, aren't you like a little too old to not know your own language?
Oh, they actually say that to you?
Yeah, or like, why do you not know how to speak Hmong? Or like, they'll
Yeah.
purposely play games in Hmong in order to like pick on me.
Oh, don't worry. You're
Yeah.
a cardinal sign. Did Karma get them yet?
I don't know.
My work buddy
Maybe.
did that to me too. She's like, oh,
Yeah.
she's like, oh, you don't speak that much Hmong, do you? But she's
Yeah.
like, no, I don't. She's like, so you don't really understand some of the words I say? And I'm like, sometimes, yeah, but usually I pick up on what you're talking about, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, she's talking about this
Yeah.
kind of thing, and I'm just like, you can talk to Hmong to me, but like half the time, if I don't know what you're talking about, I just try to figure out what you're talking about.
And so that's why I'm just kind of like, it's always, I don't understand why you guys make fun of people, but then you guys don't want to help them.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
You know?
because of the stars in the sky, that you're a cardinal sign, people want to test you.
They always do it. I'm like, keep
But
doing
that's
it,
why
dude.
I'm
Just
telling
keep
you
doing
that
it.
karma
I'm
will get them. Don't
It's like,
worry.
one of these days, if karma don't get you, I'm coming.
No, don't do that. Remember, I
that's
told
why
you
I'm
we
like-
cannot do that.
I know. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna let you do whatever.
People always says the
but
most
you're
out
rude.
of pocket stuff to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's y'all's generation
Yeah, and
type
that's
thing
why
because
I'm like, why do you guys do that? Or they're like, aren't you embarrassed that like white people are learning to speak Hmong better than you? And I'm like, do you not understand that I'm all the way down here in Oklahoma?
Yeah,
I'm not up there
where in
where
bigger
little
groups of
Hmong
communities.
villages are.
Yeah.
You know? So of course they're gonna have more what's the word?
Exposure.
Exposure, and they're gonna have more what's the word?
Resources.
Yes, resources. What's the word?
I was gonna be like, well, I'm sorry, I live down in Oklahoma where y'all said there are dirt roads
Yeah.
and horses on the road.
and tumbleweeds.
Yes,
Which
As
is all
y'all
true.
assume.
But damn.
Yes, which is true. But
Down
we
the
still,
road from us, but it's not where I live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we still got mountains
Yeah.
and waterfalls and
and cowboys and everything. Yeah,
yeah.
y'all forget
Cowboys.
that we live down here. That we all assume that where we are.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, dang, if I'm feeling that heat, imagine other people who are not fully Hmong, you know, getting that heat.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, dang, man.
I have people.
Y'all people are mean.
I have people in my family that does struggle like that too. One of my cousins, she is half, and I always just feel for her. So every time Mike and I, when we can, we always try to give her a little piece of our culture because she doesn't live with the Hmong parent. So I try to give her stuff that, and I think she appreciates it because, like, I think recently I sent her a whole Hmong outfit. Yeah, but and then before that, I sent her a little Hmong bracelet that Dad freaked out that you got, and I just gave her that and stuff like that. But
It's
I can tell
It's those metal bracelets that
the
have
copper-looking
snake heads
ones.
at the
protector
end.
ones.
Yeah.
That's for shaman people. Is to keep the bad spirits away. So when Grandma gave it to me and I was wearing it, Mom and Dad's like, "Why are you wearing that?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I know Grandma just gave it to me."
oh.
And then they were like, you need to take it off because that's a shaman thing and you don't need to be wearing that. So I took it off. And then it disappeared. I don't know where it went.
Mom probably tossed it out the
I'm pretty
trash.
sure because I'm
pretty
like, I moved out of that whole room and I still didn't find it. So
sure. I'm pretty sure Mom took it.
yeah, it's like, I don't know where it is.
But for my cousin, like I always feel for her. She's never verbally said it, but I know that that's a part of her identity. Most mixed kids, not just like in Hmong, most mixed kids have like this identity thing, like they're trying to figure out who they are.
Yeah.
So that's what I do personally to connect with my family members that are mixed. And then I do have some nieces and nephews that are mixed too. And so I try my best to kind of like incorporate it when into them because I just know how important it is.
Yeah.
That's so that's kind of like our Texas cousins that live here. Their parents speak Hmong like all the time.
Oh,
But,
yeah,
like, they're
that's true.
very they're very white too, where they don't speak Hmong around their
I call it
kids often.
Mikanzoa. Whitewash.
Yeah. It's like I think their oldest daughter, I think she kind of understands Hmong, but she responds back in
In
English.
English.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's something that I would want to have a conversation with them. I'm pretty sure that they just kind of go, I mean, it's what it is.
I do know the younger two, they did encounter something like the OGs like making fun of them constantly.
Oh.
That they couldn't speak Hmong. And I remember them telling me that she got really mad about that. And so I don't know if that impacted her about learning how to speak Hmong.
You
But
know,
I don't know.
the OGs who make fun of the younger ones like that, it's just kind of like, who do you think's fault it is?
I think it's so sad though. They could have took that opportunity.
Yeah, to teach them.
And
Yeah.
turn it around and be like, oh, you know, mintai or mitu, you know, if you don't know it, this is the right way to say it. But then Hmong people, it's really rare to have an OG to speak to you in a very gentle way. They're
Yeah.
very abrasive. Like they, or like the Hmong people say, "Lahai lun chan cha." So like it's always gonna be like, ka. You know, it's never, hey, baby girl, don't say this. Say it like this. You know? And sometimes when because, you know, my pronunciation isn't right. But when I meet someone who's a more fluent speaker and they do kind of give me a little look, and I
Yeah.
can feel it internally, but I've worked on myself. That's why I don't bite back. I just go, it's okay. I said it wrong, but I'm still I'm still trying. So that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
And if they have a problem with it, then whatever.
Because I know I like, especially mom when she corrects me, especially with like the lu, tu, dai,
Yes.
ba. Yeah, you know, which is for you Hmong speakers, it's like, it's the word for basically,
Like it almost.
yeah. But
like
depending on like the shape
The
of
amount
the
and shape.
item, yeah, the amount and shape of the item, the word changes.
Yes.
Depending.
Yes.
Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. So like if you're saying like a piece of paper, since the paper is flat, it's dai because it's flat. So some people would say, like in Hmong, sometimes if you don't know that's you use the word dai for paper. So if you say like,
Like lu paper,
Lun
lun dao.
yeah,
or
lun do, they're gonna be like, no, it's dai do because it's flat. And then if you're talking about something tube, then it's
Is it
cylinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, cylindrical, like a stick.
Yeah.
Or something.
Then it's what is it?
Itu.
Tu, yeah, itu. And then if it's like in a bag, it's ipo. Yeah, yeah. So that's when it changes.
Yeah.
And so I still struggle on that. And so sometimes my mom would like correct me. She's like, "No, it's this," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Or like, this is the one I always mess up is nako and the joko.
Yes. You don't not call, you don't call. You not kunja.
Yeah, you nakan
Oh, and then the hat is different too.
don't come on.
Yes.
Yes.
It's kind of like see,
But we're teaching you. That's
Yes,
just
that's what we're teaching
it's
you.
still saying put on or wear, but then depending on the
Depending on what
item,
it is.
what it is.
That's what
yeah.
I'm assuming.
so like for me, in order for all that to connect, I had to take a Japanese class,
Oh.
and in Japanese, there are like numbers change depending on what you're talking about. If you're doing money, it changes. If you're doing time, it changes. And then they're also like depending on where it's placed in front of you, it changes.
Over there, here.
Yeah, over there, here, it all changes. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense in Hmong, because Hmong's kind of like that too.
Yes.
And so,
Oh yeah, English is the only one that's backwards.
yeah. So taking a Japanese class, I was like, oh, Hmong makes so much sense. If somebody did a Hmong class like that, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm pretty sure up there in Minnesota and
Wisconsin,
California, they probably have classes.
I'm kind of
like that.
careful on that because they mix Hmong and Blah together. And I'm wanting to take something that's like
Just
all Hmong so I can say it correctly too. But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
But yeah. So again, it's pretty sad that it had to take me to take another language in order to understand Hmong better.
Do you feel like you could ask your parents about that?
what?
I think so. I think it wasn't a big deal to me until like high school, college era, because that's when a lot of them would like make fun of me
Oh.
about it, and I'm just kind of like,
Fuck you.
No,
yeah,
it's okay.
I'm like, okay.
Now the list knows that she's a cardinal sign. She's like, I know why you guys try to test me, but be careful. Karma.
That's true, because
Yeah.
I'm just like, look, I don't know how to speak it back. I do as a child
Yeah.
speaking, but I understand, and I will reply back to you in English. Okay,
Uh-huh.
but speaking it, yes, it's still kind of hard.
It's like, damn, don't knock me down for that shit.
I know,
you
and I'm like, are you gonna teach me?
Yeah.
No,
Keep
a
your
lot
mouth
of it-
shut.
for real.
I mean, we all know that people, basically, it's just a reflection of what they feel about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, pretty sure the person that taught them Hmong or spoke to them Hmong do that, but then they don't have that mentality, like, hey, wait, let me change it.
Sorry,
it's a gnat.
it was a gnat.
Oh.
It kept getting around my.
Yeah, because like I
Nose.
said, like I feel like how old we are now, we're finally considered an OG.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, right? We're considered an OG, and so I feel like we have the opportunity to change traditions, change how we speak to the younger generation.
Yeah.
And you know how with my occupation, I do interact with the younger generation a lot. And so like I've encountered a younger person before where they were actually like honest with me, and they were like, look, I don't, just so you know, I don't speak Hmong that well. Like, I don't know. And I don't because, like, the OGs always make fun of me. They actually said that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, it's okay.
Yeah, that's the usual turn off for
Yeah.
this
And then I said,
generation.
hey, I'm not like other people. And then I said, and so, like, I kind of, do like a typical introduction to them. And I was like, oh, my name is this. I'm originally from the Shong clan. And I'm not anymore, blah, blah, blah. And then he'll be like, oh, okay. And then he tried to, respond back to me in Hmong. And I said, oh, okay. And I said, okay, but just to let you know that to say it correctly, it is like this. And then he was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And I was like, it's okay. I'm just telling you. So that way, if somebody does talk to you, you know how to respond in the right way. Or if you want to know, this is how you should say it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, thank you. Nobody's ever told me that before. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is just, I just thought I'd let you know.
Like, I remember one traumatic incident that I had growing up was with
Oh my god.
yeah, it was with because he speaks Hmong fluently, man. He's an OG, okay?
Yeah.
And so one time, I think he was doing like maybe I forgot what it was. Maybe he
Was
was
this
doing
before he
Sunday
got
school?
married?
Yeah, before he got married.
Oh, so his frontal lobe did not develop.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm guessing he was doing Sunday school or he was doing something like during service. They'll take all the kids and they'll
Yeah.
go do whatever. So our group of people, of course, out of the group of people, I'm the only one who doesn't speak Hmong.
Oh.
Okay. And so, like, he would be like, okay, we're just going to speak Hmong only kind of thing. And, like, one by one, I forgot what he was doing, but he would bring us into the room one by one and then, like, speak Hmong to us, right? And I remember this, too, because I was so nervous, my anxiety. This is why I have fucking high anxiety now. And so, one by one, he would bring, like, the girls into the room. And then I was like, okay, I'm trying to figure out what he's going to ask us. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be hard questions. And so he would bring us into the room one by one. For some weird ass reason, he made me be the last one. So basically, all eyes are on me. Because the girls didn't come back out of the room.
They all stayed in
They
there.
all stayed in the room.
What was the question? Did you remember?
And so I remember, I think it was just normal questions like, "Con bé huli cha, có nhà thích gì bé huli cha, có yêu mong ngã chi?"
Oh.
Stuff like that, right? So like I knew those questions, but until he said like "có yêu mong ngã chi,"
Oh.
which is basically what
Clan.
clan
Dialect.
you're in.
Oh, what, like.
What
oh.
clan? So I thought he was talking a lot about like dialect.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I don't know, white, and he kind of like laughed, and the girls kind of laughed a little bit,
Oh.
and I'm like, I don't know,
Oh, wow.
and he goes, Melissa, you're Hmong tall, and I'm like, I don't know that,
Yeah.
Oh.
you know?
See, the thing with those boys in that family, they have no filter. They have
Yeah.
they
I
were
like to apologize to you on the
You Hmong
representative for the
yeah,
songs.
you Hmong Hmong
They
people.
cannot help it, but at least he corrected you. But that was still mean.
Yeah, because like everybody's watching and everybody knows that I don't
Oh.
speak Hmong. You know, and I'm just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, with my experience with all those brothers, they have no filter. They have no awareness, situational awareness,
I'm just
or
like,
anything
oh
like
my
that.
God.
So it's just kind of like, once I learned that about them, I didn't take anything they did or said personally because like y'all just don't
I
know.
was gonna say karma did get him. He has all girls.
Yeah, because I was just like, if it was me, I would have been like, I'm gonna take Melissa first because I know she doesn't speak Hmong, and I'm not gonna embarrass her in front of somebody, so I'm gonna take her first.
I'm pretty sure his frontal lobe did not develop
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, no.
You know,
So he's not mature. So
Yeah, but no, he did everybody else, and then I don't know if it's purpose or not,
yeah.
but he made me last,
Oh.
and I had like to do it in front of everybody.
Well, nobody knows if it was on purpose, but
Yeah.
Him.
now he, like I said, I feel like karma hit him because he has all girls, and girls with all, because I grew up with a lot of sisters too, right? So we were a lot for my dad. So I just, he got it, karma.
Yeah.
Now I'm pretty sure all of them are all Philly too.
Yeah, so just that interaction, and then like all the other people who like make fun, and I'm just kind of like, none of y'all ever was like, hey, it's okay, let me teach you,
Yeah.
you know? And I'm just like, dang, man, if I get it, I can't imagine other people doing it.
They make fun of you to make themselves feel better.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so like childish and why that they do that because it's
Yeah,
kind of
like
like what is that? How I was like, I don't get it. It's
And
like,
they
what
do
is-
it in front of other people.
It's
Yeah.
just it's
And
an
I'm like,
immaturity thing.
Yeah.
Why do you
It's
guys do that?
It's an immaturity thing to make themselves feel better than you.
Ego boost.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an ego boost.
Because this kind of reminds me of when I was talking to one of my guy friends, because he's half Hmong,
Yeah.
right? And so I asked him, I'm like, so when people ask you what are you?
What are you? Yeah.
What do you say to them? And he goes, I tell them that I'm Thai.
Oh.
And like inside, I was like, oh my God, that's kind of sad. It kind of broke my heart a little bit because I was like, you tell them that you're Thai? And he's like, yeah, so that way I don't have to like
Explain it.
explain everything. I just tell them that I'm Thai.
Oh.
And I'm
so
like,
sad.
oh my God, that broke my heart. And I was like, oh my God. Like, that's like half of your identity,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And he's like, yeah, I just tell him that I'm Thai.
Does he not just want to? Is it because he doesn't want to have to explain his situation? Is that why?
I'm guessing so. I didn't ask any further because I felt like
Oh.
that wasn't my place.
Oh yeah.
Because I was asking him about our nephew who's half Hmong, half black.
Oh,
You know? So he doesn't look Hmong.
No.
You know,
he
same with
doesn't.
my guy friend. He doesn't look Hmong.
Your friend
know?
does look Thai though.
Yeah, he does look Thai. And so that's why I asked him. So like, so when people ask you, what do you say? And he's like, I just tell him I'm Thai.
Oh.
And I'm like,
That's so sad.
oh my God, that broke my heart that you have to say that.
Well, I don't know all he's going through, but that is sad, like what you said, because it is our identity.
Mm-hmm. And so that's why I pictured with our nephew.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, oh my God, that's so sad. That's half of who you are. Or that's majority of who you are. Well, at least for my guy friend, you know?
I think it's because like being a mixed kid, you don't belong anywhere, and that happens for a lot of people, especially for
Yeah.
like someone who's like half black and half white. I see it on like TikTok all the time where they're like, guys, I don't belong on the white side, I don't belong on the black side, you know. So like it's kind of like I'm not white enough or I'm not black enough. That's what they say. So I can only imagine that with your friend, he's like, I'm not enough for either. That's so
I hope
sad.
all of that viewing dies with
the old
the
people.
old people. Because it's just ridiculous to have a child not want to say who they are.
In the end,
Because,
it all is because of the parents. It's like how much are they intentionally sharing with their culture
Yeah.
and what their ethnicity is too, and how much exposure that they have to it. That's why I was saying, like my cousin, that's half as well.
Yeah.
When you look at her, she doesn't look like that either.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so, but then her last name, you know, it's obviously Hmong,
Yeah.
and so I haven't ever had that conversation with her. I'm not that close with her to be able to have that conversation, but I just know that like she does love the culture, but then like she doesn't feel like she fits in. I just know.
Yeah, because I think during Hmong New Year, I think our nephew, he really wanted to like wear Hmong clothes
Oh,
and stuff. I
really?
think so. I think he was like really interested in it because I think we were pulling ours out
Oh, yeah.
so that way we can see like what we can still fit. You know?
Mom's like, y'all are getting bigger by every year. The pins don't work.
Sorry, we stressed. The stress.
I
just
know,
went-
right?
We
Yeah.
stressed and depressed.
Yeah, just to see. You know,
Mom, you got linebackers. That's what you got.
You got sons for
Yeah. And my son didn't marry a daughter-in-law. He also married a linebacker, too. From the defensive line, actually. Oh, I didn't know
and
that.
So I think mom pulling those out and then like the girls looking through it. And I think our nephew was like, "Oh, how come I can't wear any?" Or I would like to wear some.
Oh,
you
he
know,
actually
but
asked?
I think so. But
He
I
was
think,
very interested. Yeah,
yeah,
I
but I
remember.
think we just didn't have children ones.
We don't. Children and like little boy ones.
Yeah, we don't
I
have.
mean,
boy
I do
ones.
now, but
Yeah.
Oh.
my boys don't want to wear it.
I think that's also what piqued mom's interest of looking for Hmong clothes for Nya and her kids.
Oh, really?
Because I think
Yeah.
at one point, I don't know if it was last year, but I think or the year before,
Yeah.
she was trying to look for Hmong clothes for the girls, but I don't know if she was also trying to look for one for the
Nephew.
the nephew. I don't remember if she was.
Oh.
And like kids grow up so fast, and so you buy them one year, and the next year it doesn't fit.
Yep.
You know,
You know.
you guys talking about Hmong clothes. Since I was the one that was like living in a bigger Hmong community, there was actually two different types of kids, Hmong kids with Hmong clothes. The ones that don't have any and want to wear some, and then the ones that do have some but don't want to wear them. It's always like that.
Yep.
Like we always wanted to wear them, but then my mom and them, they never had enough money for it for all of us. And then like I hear all the time their parents are like, "We have it. You don't ever want to wear. Why can't you be like your cousin that wants to wear it or whatever?"
Yeah.
You know, and then they get sick and tired of it because they're like being forced to wear it. But then later on they appreciate it.
It's just like the whole deal with grandma's Hmong clothes.
Gone.
Yeah,
God.
you know, like it was us and
The only ones who were actually fighting for it was, to be honest, it was us. That
because
I
we
know.
wear it.
Yeah,
you know,
we
because we
wear
take
it.
pride in
'Cause
it,
they know
and it's
that
our
we would
grandma's.
wear it, yeah.
and we're gonna wear it.
And then one of our aunts, like, literally came up and was like, "Look, it's like, we know that your girls will wear it because we know that your girls like to wear Hmong clothes in general."
Oh, I was gonna say, wait till you finish your thought.
And then she's like, "My daughter won't wear it because she likes the modern
versions.
modern outfits." And so she was saying like, we probably don't need as much, but probably majority is probably gonna go to your girls.
Yeah, because we actually wear it. We treasure
Yeah.
it. And so they were like, well, it's either gonna get worn or it's gonna be put up in a
Collecting dust.
box collecting dust because no one's gonna wear it.
Let me ask you guys this then, because I was like, you guys didn't like speak Hmong at home. What do you think made you guys take interest in wearing Hmong clothes then? What was the turning point? Because that's what I'm kind of curious.
Us wanting to wear Hmong
Yeah.
clothes.
Yeah.
I like the jingles.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh,
it was
I
cute.
like just the jingles.
Molly's like, it's straightforward. Looks cool.
I think from what I remember a long time ago though, my mom had like the old traditional clothes. So we
Okay.
always wore the real stuff,
Yeah.
the heavy stuff.
Yes.
And then sometimes when we wear it, we often take it off because it's too heavy.
Yeah.
And then from what I remember, for like I guess like maybe like from 10, I don't know, like maybe 9 to like 12ish, I didn't wear Hmong clothes for a while. I don't know if it's because mom chose not to or
It was probably too much of a hassle for her
Yeah.
to take everything out.
but it wasn't until like maybe middle school, high school is when I got interested in Hmong clothes because we just never wore it.
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to think, like, y'all's train of thought, like, what made you guys get interested in doing it?
Because I know when I was younger, I don't think mom had a lot of little girl
Yeah.
Hmong outfits. So for
had-
me, we had our cousins in that live in Owasso. They had a lot of Hmong clothes these are the ones that did not like wearing Hmong
Yeah,
you
clothes.
see
they're
what
the
I'm
ones who
saying?
don't like
There
it.
was two types.
Yeah,
The
and
ones
yeah.
that had a lot but didn't want to because they were being forced to.
Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
they didn't really like wearing Hmong clothes. And so when I was interested in their little girl outfits, because my cousin did not like wearing them, and so her mom was so happy because I wanted to wear some.
Oh.
And so I think she gave me one outfit. I think mom still had it. I think she gave it to the girls. I think.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, that was from what I remember that I couldn't wear any when I was younger because she didn't have any.
So you just
Yeah.
liked how it looked and how it sounded.
Yeah.
And
It
it
was-
was basically
and
for
it-
you, puberty.
Seagull, seagull
Maybe
shiny.
I mean I liked the way it sounded too. I liked putting it on too. But I think it was just again. I think my mom she had more of the traditional stuff. So like the modern stuff, we never had. We still don't have
Yeah.
to this day.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think the Hmong community during that time wasn't really that big. So Hmong clothes wasn't really a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see the
Until
correlation.
until like maybe 2008 2007
Yeah.
when all those Hmong people started flowing in
Yes.
and the Hmong New Year got
Bigger
bigger,
and
and
bigger.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's when we're kind of like, oh, so there is more Hmong people
Out there
There's
in the world.
Yeah,
There's
there's
new
new
designs
outfits.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I would always like the ones with the little beads on it.
The one I wore last year,
Yeah.
the little dangly beads.
Because I had
Yeah.
the one I got from them, the cousins, was seashells. They were plastic seashells, and so they would
Ah,
like
that's
Yeah.
cute.
make noise.
Yeah, because mom would just have the
old-
women traditional ones,
the
so
old
she would
school.
always have to fold them on us because
'Cause
they were
it's
too big,
Yeah.
Yeah.
on us.
Yep, I remember that when I was little. That's what mom would put on me.
Oh yeah, I know the pictures on my
yeah,
fridge.
the pictures, even the whole head thing. She would
Yeah.
wrap it on my head, and just like Liz said, there was that portion in time where
stopped
New Year
wearing-
just
yeah.
didn't really happen or wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So we stopped wearing it.
Because New Year's used to be a size, like the house that used to be in was really small. It was just like.
Yeah, I remember that one house.
Couple hundred people, maybe not even.
Not even 100
Maybe
people.
under 50.
Yeah, it's like 100, under 100.
Oh, okay.
Because the space was literally
really small.
Really small.
It was just a house.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like think of the eating area at church.
Yeah.
It's like that. That was how big it was.
Oh
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Oh my God! Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It is about like that big. So the
Oh.
amount,
It
just
was
the amount
dirt
of
for
population
lower.
was very small.
Mm-hmm.
So, and from what I can remember, yeah, again, mom just had the traditional ones,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I was a little older, I would say middle school to ninth grade, whatever, is when mom actually bought new Hmong clothes, and that was the one with.
The Chinese ones.
No, not the Chinese ones. It's the beady one that I wore last year. The one that had the little dangle beads on it. The one that our cousin said that she liked that one because it was more traditional, or whatever.
I'm trying to remember. Is it the one that I have, but pink and yellow?
No, not that one.
No, I think it's
I don't remember.
one of grandma's, isn't it?
No,
No.
this is the one that mom actually bought new for me, for that one New Year's.
Is yours silvery?
It's not silvery. It's
Not the silver one?
it's black. It's velvet, and it has like the little intricate. Like shiny design, but it also had like beads
on
sewn onto
I
it.
think those are the like Chinese inspired ones, but
Oh.
they're
I don't
not
remember, but keep
fully-
going.
Yeah, that year was when mom bought new stuff for me and she had me wear it.
Mm-hmm.
But the shay was so long, she had to roll it up, of course. But I still stepped on the beads at the end. of
Yeah,
it.
regardless,
too.
I stepped on those.
Yeah, I stepped and I lost like 2 of them because of that. I
Yep.
stepped on them. So yeah, I remember that year wearing that. And then a couple years later, when I was talking to that one guy, I was wearing another set of Hmong clothes.
Talking to a guy. Pre-marriage?
Yeah, pre-marriage,
Oh
pre-child.
my god! In Hmong clothes? You were doing what our ancestors were doing.
She was papawing and everything.
Ooh! Your mom was probably like, mm-mm.
No,
Wow.
trust me, it was like, yeah, it was very short-lived though, so don't worry about
We
it.
look the same.
Oh,
It was the
that's
same
so
outfit.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think when my earliest reaction to that was with Hmong clothes. I just think that, like, I just knew that being Hmong correlated to those fabrics. So I knew that being Hmong, we wore this, and that it was just important to wear it.
Yeah.
And that since I grew up in a bigger Hmong community, that everybody knew how important it was to wear Hmong clothes because this is who you are.
Yeah.
You know. But now, like being older, there's layers to it. Like this is your identity, your language, and when you learn the story about Hmong people and our language being on our pandao and everything, it's kind of like, oh wow, it's the layers keep on layering.
Yeah.
And then now, like now for me, it's like I like wearing it because I get to be with my mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, and so I'm like, that's why I'm like, it's there's a lot of layers
Yeah.
to it now.
Yeah,
No,
get to be with mom, and then we get to see her. You know,
We know she enjoys putting it on us.
yeah, she
You know, so
she
we
sits
just-
there and she's like, "Here, let me do it," and then she kind of does it herself. You
Okay, you know what? For herself, every time she pretends that she hates it, I just know in a little bit she goes, "Ee."
know? Yeah, because she kind
I just know it.
yeah, because she felt kind of butthurt that we didn't tell her that we were going to wear Hmong clothes
Yeah.
the day before, so she could have prepped. Is what she was upset about.
She's like, you should have told me so that I can clean everything for you. And I'm like, I don't know.
It's like, sorry.
She does look forward to it.
Yeah.
yeah,
it's like, I
because she
didn't know.
always gets butthurt that we don't tell her, and then she doesn't have enough time to clean everything.
Yeah.
For me, I think that like I mean it's so good that your mom does that for you because you know how I was saying like both my parents like me and draw
Yeah.
orphans, and so my mom says that like she got married really young, so she never really got to spend time with her moms at, you know,
Yeah.
like wearing Hmong clothes and stuff. And so like having your mom do that with me, that was really nice. It made me miss my mom too.
Aw,
Yeah, because she was like trying to clean my rusty ass necklace. I'm like, Mom, just it's okay. It's so embarrassing because it's so dirty. Please stop. And she goes, yeah, it's okay. I'll do. And I'm like, okay, thanks.
It's like, I want to do it. I want to
Yeah,
do it.
because it's like I know when mom used to wear Hmong clothes. When it was like middle school, I'd always ask her, "Mom, which one are you wearing?" So I don't want to wear the other one. Wear one with you, like the same one.
Oh.
Because mom and dad used to wear them all the time.
As like a matching.
Yeah, as a couple.
like-
Oh
it's a
my
couple
God, so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, she would always wear the Chinese ones.
You know what we need to do is you guys need to like record whenever you guys put on clothes and or like and
we need
stuff.
to take pictures in them. Is what it is.
Yeah,
yeah.
just randomly.
Yeah,
And
randomly,
sometimes
like,
have
us and
mom wear some too, but as like
I've never seen mom in like an actual full
original
traditional
one.
Hmong Day outfit.
Oh,
You know what it
She's
is?
always in the Chinese ones.
Oh
Because
really?
it's, cause I'm pretty sure because it's lighter.
It's lighter and probably because her hair.
Well, if you think about it back then too, those were really popular around their generation because my mom did wear the Chinese ones too.
But I mean, but we never had the Chinese ones though. We've always had the
Oh.
traditional ones. But
Okay.
my mom, she would just wear when the Chinese ones finally came around and she got a hold of them.
She bought
just-
quite a few.
Yeah, she just wears the Chinese ones.
Yeah. Like I said, there were some that were in the luggages that we didn't even know that she had.
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah, like that.
The shiny ones?
No, the home video. The home videos that we have of when mom was dressed up in it, I was dressed up in it, and dad was dressed up
Think
in
about
it.
at grandma's house.
No,
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 it was at the brown
it's at
house,
the old
and then
brown
grandma, you can hear grandma's voice in the background talking to mom.
Was that the one where everybody was getting ready? Like
Outside?
taking the pictures outside of the
Outside
house.
by
And then
the
one of
tree and the
uncles
roses.
was,
Yeah.
watching the kiddos.
Yeah, because I remember
Grandma was watching you.
everybody was
Yeah.
trying to put everybody together.
Yeah, and then we watched this video right after grandma passed, and then when we heard grandma's voice, we were like, oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that outfit is what they wore. What my mom wore all the time back then.
Oh.
But then, like Melissa says, until the Chinese versions came out, then now that's all she wore.
Oh.
And then now she doesn't wear it
Yeah, she doesn't
anymore.
wear it
I think
anymore.
it's too heavy.
It's too heavy for her.
Or it's too much of a hassle to put it on, take it
Oh,
off.
we should try to put her in Hmong clothes because the only next time that most people wear it is when they do their funeral. You know.
Yeah.
And so we should have her wear it when she's still, still.
Honestly, it would be
right in the
nice to
mind.
do a family photo shoot in Hmong
Oh
clothes.
god, that's gonna be crazy with the kids. But yeah,
Oh my god. Yeah.
that would be really.
or at
good.
least like the older kids.
Maybe not,
parents.
because mom and them are like, we need to all match.
We'll just do.
Oh
that's
yeah, they
just-
do like to match.
And that's
be
so
honest,
much like,
we
there's
could
so
just
many of
coordinating.
us.
plain.
Yeah.
Just do the plain design. This is probably the easiest.
Sorry, even my boys' vests right now don't match. I have a
Because-
green, a blue, and then an orange one.
Because mom was not, she wasn't anal, but she was very like for you and Michael's wedding.
She was
mom,
very
Yeah.
adamant.
She was like,
at
no, it
having
has
them
to match.
To match.
They need to
She was very
match.
adamant.
And I'm like, okay. Okay. And so she had to ask like all the aunties up there to be like, hey, if you see this, I think in this color, you know, can you like send it down to me and I'll repay you, kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I think she had to go up there one time too to see if it matched what she can find up there.
Yeah,
She
because
was very adamant.
I know mom and dad. I don't know if they. From what I remember, they never really matched in color in their Hmong
Oh.
outfits.
Well, I just thought that was nice knowing that you were saying that. Sorry, I cut you off. That she was trying to make it match because I was one of those kids that didn't have a lot of Hmong clothes, but so it actually made me feel loved. And whenever she was like gave me Hmong clothes, I mean, of course it was for the wedding, but then she gave that to me, and I was like, oh, that was sweet. Like
Yeah.
it was nice and matching.
Yeah, she was adamant. She was like, it needs to match. And I'm like, okay. What are you going to do? Go up there? And she's like, yeah, I think I'm going to go up there. I think they had to go up there for something. So she's like, while I'm up there, I'm going to go shop for matching clothes.
Oh yeah, she went up there with Uncle for one thing, and they both went up
Yeah.
for
Let
something.
me just say this.
And
That's
then-
why you guys are so anal about stuff too. Okay.
And then the same thing with Nya Mitchell.
Oh.
She was for hers
She
too.
was very picky. Yeah,
She's like, Melissa, do you have this? And I'm like, I don't know. And then she bought one for Nya, but I think it was too big because it fit Molly
at that time.
at the time. Because Nya's a little smaller than us, and so I'm like,
She is still smaller than us.
yeah. So I was like, Mom, how about I give you this one instead because it's smaller.
Yeah.
Because Mom was like kind of freaking out because she's like, it's too big, it's not gonna fit her. And I'm like, oh my God, Mom,
It's okay. It's okay.
calm down.
She just wants. You just know that she just wants things to be perfect for her kids,
Yeah.
and
Well,
she's mostly just excited her sons are getting
Yeah.
married.
Not only that, it was like it was a shotgun wedding, so it was happening fast, and
Yeah.
mom didn't have time.
Yeah, she was like, it's too big, it's too big. And I'm like, here, you can just take mine.
Yeah.
I'd never worn it. I bought it, but I never wore it.
Oh.
Just take mine
Mom is
and
so funny.
switch.
But yeah, we should definitely do that. But back to your whole like being Hmong thing. Yeah, it's just that's really sad. that
Yeah,
your
it
friend
really
said
is.
that.
And so sometimes, like, there are some things where, because when I was talking to him about that, and I was saying how, like, or no, it was back in not March, April, where we did that whole Hmong shopping thing. And we were saying how, like, we got all these, like, Hmong-inspired stuff. He was like, wow, Melissa, I never realized that there's stuff like that out there. And so he's like, when you said that you had a Hmong embroidered fanny pack,
Oh.
he was like, I went and I looked,
Oh.
kind of thing. And so I sent him links on some that I found because he was interested in it. So I sent him some links from Etsy. And I'm like, well, I don't know how fashionable you want to be, or I don't know what your fashion is. So I sent him more of like the modern ones. So like they'll be like black with the Hmong symbols, but the Hmong symbols are kind of like metallic looking.
Oh.
Because I wasn't sure if he wanted like the loud colors. And he was like, actually, I like the loud colors.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah. And then he sent me one, and it was really pretty. It was very old-fashioned Hmong embroidered and beaded on it. And I'm like, oh, my God, get that one instead, because that's a lot prettier than the black one that I sent
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, yeah, you know, I really like the colors and the design and stuff. And then when I went to go visit him, I was just kind of like, you know, you don't really have a lot of, in my head, I was like, you don't have a lot of Hmong-inspired stuff.
You should send him some like posters or like a photo that he can frame up or something.
Yeah. Some
Yeah.
art.
And so that's why when he told me that, oh, I tell people I'm Thai. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. I almost cried. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, can I even talk to him about like Hmong chicken herbs and stuff like that? And he's like, what's that? And I'm like, you know, like that Hmong soup? Does your mom make that with you? And he's like, yeah, she makes it when I come and visit her, you know, but that's like the only time I ever have it.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my God, let me ship you some herbs. I'm growing it right now, but they're all kind of dead. But I told my mom, and she's like, does your friend still want it? And I'm like,
Oh.
I don't know. I haven't asked him.
I was like, I need some more. Because
Mine are
all mine
dead.
died.
Mine are dying now.
Mine's dead because of this damn heat.
Heat, yeah.
So,
Like that TikTok I sent y'all. I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm alive again. I'm dead.
I love that sound.
and so
Yeah, being Hmong, there's so many layers to it. Not to sound like very Debbie Downer, but there is a documentary out there that they made, and you learn a little bit more if you watch it. You are gonna cry
I'm pretty
watching
sure.
it.
I think I've seen a Hmong girl talk about it on TikTok.
It's so good.
I've heard people talk about
I've
it.
only watched a little bit, and I'm like, I can't do this. I'm at work. I'll watch it later. But it's a really good one. They do explain a little bit more, and you see how like generations or a couple generations before our parents' generation, you can see their clothes and how they don't wear. They're just barefoot and everything, and then it's really good. And they there's one scene where someone's grieving their loved one, and you know how like at funerals they do the funeral song, they sing it, and someone actually translated that correctly onto in subtitles on the video, so you can see what they're saying, so you can, and it's actually poetic the way that it's supposed to be. So
Yeah.
yeah, but it's good.
Yeah, that's why like part of me wants to really record the Wall song, because it's a really good song, you know, and with the Hmong community at NSU like kind of dwindling down, it's gonna die. That song is gonna die. And I'm like, you know, it's actually a really, really good song.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very good, powerful song. And then especially with the other song that they wrote too. I also wanted to record that song too, but I need to get permission from both of the writers, and only one gave me permission. The other one didn't. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that one then. But especially the Wall song, I really want to record that one of these days, so that way people can just listen to it. So
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but as I get older, I just want to be even more connected to the Hmong culture, you know, and I purposely try to speak more Hmong now and stuff, and because that's the only way. That's why I'm trying to go back and like relearn the language and everything, and
yeah,
be purposeful. But it is hard. You have to really want to do it, because our language is dying.
yeah, because like growing up, now that I think about it, growing up, I hated being Hmong.
I can see that.
Yeah, I hated being Hmong because
Me too.
yeah, I hated being Hmong because nobody knew who we were. There was nobody else who was like us,
Yeah.
you know, and like all we saw were like Chinese people, you know,
The
so,
East Asians.
yeah, you know, and so I hated being Hmong. You know, why couldn't I remember to this day too that me and my mom had an argument one time. I think we were in a family meeting,
Yeah.
and I think my mom told me, she was all like, I think she said like, why do you want to be white so much?
Damn.
Yeah.
She called you out.
It was something like that. Yeah, something like, I forgot what we were fighting about, but I think I was just kind of, my attitude was kind of like, I don't care about being Hmong,
Oh.
kind of thing. And she was like, well, why do you want to be white so much? You know, she's like, you're not white, you're Hmong. And I'm just kind of like, well, there's no other Hmong people here, you know?
Damn, high five, Mom. You always could count on the Aries to call you out. That must have
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah, I remember that fight that we had. And she's all like, you're not white, you're Hmong,
Oh, yeah.
kind of thing. And so it took me a while to finally, I guess, like being Hmong, love being who I am.
That's
You
internal
know.
racism that you have. You are anti-Hmong. You were anti-Hmong, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I was too. I remember that. Yeah.
But I
was
can see that too. Yeah.
I was very anti-Hmong, not only because there weren't very many of us or nobody knew us. It was more of the cultural
Yeah, the cultural aspects.
aspect of it, of like how imprisoned girls were.
Oh yeah.
So that's what made me hate being Hmong, is because we couldn't do anything.
yeah.
We couldn't do anything. We couldn't go to like friends' birthday parties.
just
We couldn't sleep
restricted.
over. Yeah, stuff that other normal kids were able to do, we weren't allowed to do because we're Hmong.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm saying. That like our generation holds the power on what we want to keep and pass down and what we want to change.
Yeah.
You know. So since we're the OGs now.
Yeah. And I also realized that like lately I've been trying to just read, because you know we have Hmong uncles and aunties on Facebook and they write in Hmong, and like I'm trying to read it, and ever since I've gotten out of church I'm like trying to read this and I'm like, damn, Melissa, you can't read shit anymore. It takes you a while to sound it out. And I'm like,
yeah, it's
oh
okay.
my god, I'm losing it.
Just practice. It's like anything. That's like when I did my class. They said that you need to expose yourself to that. So that's why I like listening to Hmong music. But when I have time, I expose myself to the. I mean, it's kind of like controversial TV networks that they have, Hmong, but it's like you're being exposed to it, so you can kind of remember.
And so that's my problem with Hmong music, though, is that like with me, like with Korean music, I like to listen to the song, listen to the lyrics, but also at the same time read the
it.
English translations.
Yeah.
So that way I can understand what they're singing about to get the greater experience of the song. Hmong people, they don't do that.
Well, they probably
Some of
don't
them
think it's important
yeah,
to
some
do
of them
it.
they don't do that, and I'm like, I get it, but it would help so much to your audience, especially your younger viewers, to put English subtitles with your music.
that way they can connect
They
it.
can connect it.
Well, we don't know their reasoning behind it, but it is a lot of work to put into it. Personally, for me, I would be intentional and put those
Yeah.
subtitles and stuff because I know that the internet is such a big place now and it reaches people in
Yeah.
different places of the
And
world.
so a lot of people, reading the comments, some of them are like, I'm not Hmong, but I like the way it sounds. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, this is why you need subtitles. If you want to reach out to bigger people, you need subtitles.
That's like I think Kalia Universe. She actually has English captions on her some of her music videos.
It's very few Hmong artists who have subtitles. So I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, y'all need to add subtitles.
but
For
like
one,
like Yasmi and Mavu, they don't. That I remember. They don't.
It just
have
depends on
English.
the artist.
yeah, it has. Sometimes other people will translate it for
In the
them.
comments.
Either in the comments or they'll make another video with their audio.
Yeah,
and they'll do the
they'll
translation.
translate it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what they do, but
Yeah, I just think that would be helpful for Hmong people, Hmong artists out there.
I'm
know.
sorry. This just reminded me of that number song that I was just telling you guys about.
Which one?
Remember the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 thing?
Yeah.
It's so stupid, but it's funny. And it's like, ooh, we're learning at the same time, guys.
Yeah.
I ape plochito shaggy. Ape plochito shaggy.
But yeah. Well, this is the end of the episode. Do you guys have any other rants? Any other things?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
That I'm pretty sure that this episode reached a lot of people because they feel the same way too.
A lot of the same way. Especially those out there who, again, are like us.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah. You know, you're valuable. You are loved.
You are important.
Whether or not you know how to speak Hmong or don't understand it or only understand like a
little
couple
bit.
words, you're still Hmong.
Yeah.
And come and talk to us since we're OGs now. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's talk to us, aunties, or your sisters. Come talk to us. We're not gonna be afraid to help you. We won't be. We won't be mean. We won't bully you.
We won't
Yeah.
judge.
Yeah, we won't judge.
Yeah, we're learning
We'll
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. From what I learned about Hmong people is that we're very. Is the word? Is it resilience? Is it
Yeah,
the word?
uh-huh.
Yes, we're very resilient people. Okay, group of people, ethnic group. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we're really resilient people, and that's what I like about Hmong people a lot. You know, so be proud of who you are. You can be proud being Hmong and also not like Hmong people. Okay, like me. Certain Hmong people, certain Hmong traditions, you know,
Customs,
Yeah.
customs, things like that. So, be proud of who you are. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Okay.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.